Welcome everyone back. I wanted to look at the end of the day and be able to offer this recognition and wrap-up of all the incredible work that folks have done. Last year, we're happy to announce our recognition for your heroic and timely efforts in special categories. Typically, there are 3 awards given, representing 1 from each of the 3 program officer portfolios. So, for the first one, timely and complete SPR submissions can be a heavy lift, even for heroes. Let's start with those heroes who submitted SPRs at the speed of SPR light. And first up is Alaska. What a performance. This is awarded to the Alaska Department of Education and Early Development for your extraordinary courage and being one of the first to submit to the SPR. Next is Maine. You too also were able to get in there first and submit your SPR. And you crushed it, North Dakota. Thank you very much for that. Next, we were blown away by the tenacious and collective push your certifications and assurances in for the 2020 Grants to States Awards. In fact, in one program officer's portfolio, 2 states tied for first place. Michigan. You submitted one of the earliest signed assurances, and it's a great honor to award you this award. You're a model for truth, justice, and the American way. Pennsylvania, you too were able to get in and submit your assurances and certifications. Oklahoma, thank you for striking lightning fast. And tied with Oklahoma is the Library of Virginia. It was too close to call, so you're in the Hero League as well. As we all launched ourselves into a stratosphere of new EGMS technology, there were a few who rose blindingly fast. Amazing Arkansas. You were one of the first EGMS messages to come through. And California, very clever. Thank you for that. Nebraska, very nice. Thank you for being among the few and the first to get your messages through. So, who are those mask mentors who give so willingly to save the day? We'd like to give a huge thank you to our magnificent mentors. Every year, we like to recognize the veteran members of our community who are willing to share their superhero expertise by being a mentor to new LSTA coordinators and their state library staff colleagues. Jamie Ball, Ashley Bowers, Cindy Boyden, Rachel Cook, Karen Eden, Debbie Hall, Jean Haley, Janet McKinney, Nancy Medema, Kathleen Moeller-Pfeiffer, Jennifer Peacock, Karen Reich, and Judy Teri. Thank you, mentors. You certainly saved the day. Extraordinary times call for extraordinary heroes. And now a word about all of our superheroes. As you've heard repeatedly, this has been an extraordinary year. From the start, it was filled with changes and challenges for all. We did not want to let this opportunity go by without recognizing the hard work and agile responsiveness from every one of you and your teams. If you remember, building on the last LSTA conference, we signaled to everyone that it was time to change over to your new 5-year goals in the SPR, and everyone hit that mark. Kapow and kudos. We brought all of our hopes and dreams, really 12 years in the making, to fruition. Last fall, it was such an exciting time to finally implement and share with you our new and first public-facing electronic grants management system. And you all jumped in like pros. Thank you for that. And lastly, the new Museum and Library Services Act was put into place in January with your 2020 grant awards. As you recall, this is the umbrella legislation for the LSTA. We got to direct additional resource funding for your superpowers by raising the base for state allotments. And we incorporated the 3 freely associated states for the first time into the larger portfolio of grant recipients.
Hooray! This is Teri. Deirdre, thank you so much for walking us through that superhero recognition portion. It was a lot faster than in prior years because we didn't stop to take all your pictures, although we are thinking fondly of all of you out there, wherever you're tuning in from. And just a note that if your individual state was recognized, we'll be sending you a digital copy of your certificate after the conference, just in case you were frantically trying to take a screenshot. This is one deck that we did not load to the website in advance. We wanted it to be a little bit of a surprise, but we will make sure that you get your recognition in hand so that you have a copy of it. Well, we have made it through today, and tomorrow we're going to have some great presentations to look forward to. Our colleague, Matt Birnbaum, who is the supervising social scientist and works with Lisa, is going to highlight a number of projects from this year's SPR, specifically around digital literacy and broadband. Then we're going to have a bunch of states that will tell us about their discretionary IMLS projects in a lightning talk format, and that will be moderated by Madison. We'll have a cameo from Dennis Nangle, who, as we've said throughout, is not physically with us during this conference, but he did some advanced work and recorded something for you. So you'll get a brief overview of web tools for grants management and IMLS data. And then we'll hear from 3 states that have been approaching disaster preparedness in different ways, and that session will be moderated by Michelle. We really appreciate you hanging in there with us through this virtual format. And again, if we weren't able to answer your questions during the presentations themselves, we'll be getting a transcript of those to follow up with you after the meeting. So I think the best recognition we can give you is some of your time back today and say kudos, and we did it, and we look forward to doing it with you again tomorrow.